What is a good way to start an episode of the podcast if the sound doesn't go crazy and disappoint me? Hi everyone, and welcome to Words with DatOneLady. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. This is the second time I'm recording this, and holy Jesus, please let this work. Anyway, guys, I'm sure you'll have missed me. It's been a while. I've said that too many times, and I'm sure all of you are tired of me. You cannot be tired of me. You listen to the podcast, so you love me. Hee hee. Anyway, guys, it is November. Yes, take that in. Deep breath, everybody. Let's all revel in the fact that 2023 is slipping out of our hands. And I'm not here to give you any slap story, but rather, this is anything that I want to do today, like I told myself. It's just to go through the year 2023 and say, how has it been? And this happened, like this whole thing started from, earlier today. I was going through my phone and I was just looking at memories from January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. And I was like, yo, it has been a year. And it would not be a bad idea to just, revel in the greatness that's 2023 and, try to figure out how far, like how we doing, like how to feel about it. First of all, on the podcast, I have done so terribly and I've ranted about this over and over again, and I'm sure you all are tired of hearing me say this. The year 2023 started with me going strong, talking about a few things on the podcast. And if I am not wrong, I had so many fun plans, starting with, doing my, weekly, was it weekly or monthly updates on what, life? So it was supposed to be like a monthly review, of like books I've read, and all that great stuff. And boy, did I feel woefully in that. And let's never begin to start for, what, how, where, when. It became hard to actually keep up with having guests on the show because life was lifing on the end and I had a lot of things I had to keep up with. So recording an episode wasn't the way forward. It's only like it wasn't the way forward. It was kind of hard to keep up with more of the story. This year was more realities of adulting. And if there's anything that will show you how adulting has dealt with me, is the way I've handled this podcast. And y'all have just been loyal and I appreciate you all about it, for it. Hopefully, knock on wood, we do better next year, with the podcast. I have so many thoughts, but it just doesn't work out. But hey, like this year, if you've been following the podcast, every episode this year has been labeled, subtitled, like the realities of adulting. And literally what has happened is life has just been a lot and I've just been following through. And I think I did post episodes in January. I posted episodes in February, posted in March, posted in April, posted in May, and I didn't post in June. But in July, I posted twice, and I didn't post August, September, and I posted again in October. And it was just like, in October, I did like a live update. But anyway, that being said, the only update I have right now is your girl is the first author of a wonderful paper that is now online, and y'all could go read. It's everything about my work that I've done in the first half of my program, and I'm so excited about it because it's been a long time coming in this whole journey of being in grad school. But that's the first update I have. The other thing is I'm going to do my best, for the rest of the year from now till the end of December to post. Hopefully, knock on wood again, I'm able to keep up with posting an episode a week. And this is because I'm trying to do like an update. Like I'm trying to go through what the year has been and we're going to review it together and we're going to look at it. Anyway, first thing first is to start with the month of January. January started with mixed emotions, and I will explain. When I started the year, I did a lot of unconventional things that I've never done before. The first unconventional thing I did for January was to create a vision board. And I remember telling my friends, and I've said it a couple of times on this episode, on this podcast, that I'm creating a vision board of things that I want to happen this year, 2023. And I remember creating it and putting things on it, and I looked at them and I was like, jokes. How would this happen? When would this happen? And I also remember that in January, when the year started, I cried a lot. Like it was like a mixed emotion kind of situation. Excited for the year, excited to plan, excited for writing goals, but still I was down and sad just because of a couple of other things in my life that were just happening in different aspects. But such is life. Life just happens, and we cannot, we cannot control it. I remember one time in January, and I did go out to like a place, a restaurant, and I sat down there and I just ate and read, and I realized that I remember that day. The reason why I did that was because I just needed time out, because I'd been with friends over the holidays and I was back in town, and I just needed time out from everyone, to just sit with myself. And I remember that time I was reading the book called The Heartbreaker. Yes, I don't even know who wrote the book again. I've forgotten, but I was reading the book Heartbreaker then, and I was just in my feels a lot about a lot of things, and I just found myself just wanting to be secluded, being on my own. But of course, it was also winter. It was that time when the weather is down, mushy, gushy, not the best. Like they call it the season when it's more dark outside and everybody's in the sad times. Even though it's a new year and everybody's excited about life, there seems to be like an up and down feeling about the new year, because you're excited about life and you're still like maybe in your feelings about a few things, and the seasons and the weather is not helping. But I know that in January too, I did a lot of recording of myself, how I felt, where I was, and it was quite interesting. When I look back, I'm looking at my phone right now, looking back at videos, looking at our pictures, and I'm just shaking my head. I also remember that I was in my fitness era. Literally, I was working out every time, and I was doing so great with my workout. And I've not done that. I've not been the best at it in the last few months. That's why I said what I said. But yeah, January was a month. I'm thinking about it now. I remember also in January, I was hearing back from a lot of funding opportunities, and there were a lot of like rejections. That was literally January. Ups and downs, all the fields, everything was happening. It was an interesting time. But I think that in January, I was hopeful. And that's why I wrote. I was hopeful, and that's why I did a vision board. I was hopeful, and that's why I wrote all the things that I wrote. I remember also that in January, I think on the 4th or 11th, I did a video, and I've said this before, of myself talking to my future self a year later and asking her a bunch of questions. I'm excited to go back to that video and then, see what my responses will be now or then, in the 1 year time mark. But I think when I look back now at those times, and all I can say is I am grateful to God. And someone would say, why are you grateful to God? I'm grateful to God for the ups and the downs. I'm grateful to God for the things that had happened and the things that led me to feel the way I was feeling in January, or that led me to have the experiences I had in January. Because if they did not happen, I don't know how the end of the year would have looked like for me. I think also in January, I put up a lot of happy faces, even with everything going the way they were going. And I think that's something that I have, embodied over the years, which is put up happy faces, both when you're down, when you're sad, whatever, because you're not supposed to show the world the way you feel. But it's also okay to do that sometimes. But hey, such is life. If there's anything I also think about when I think about January, is how emotionally draining the crave for care was. It was quite interesting because I did literally as a long video on my phone that I made of, I was talking to myself, and I realized how I was talking to the process of, wanting love, wanting care, wanting emotions and all that stuff. And I look at it now and I'm like, nah, I don't have strength for all of that. It's just quite contrasting. And when I say I don't have strength, I don't have strength to bother myself about things that I did not want to be. And it's such a turnaround. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm just grateful for all those experiences, because if I did not experience that then, I'm sure now I'll be saying, oh, I wish I was this, I wish this was happening, I wish that was happening. But I'm so like literally, did I like the way the year started? I'm not mad about it, because I'm grateful where it led me to. I remember then I literally would have I'll hang out with friends, I'll hang out with people, and I would talk to them, have a great time, and I'll get home and I'll bawl my eyes out, and I'll tell myself it'll be fine. And I look back now and I'm like, whew, that was a time. I remember I always told my friends that I made one of the then it seemed like the worst decision. But now I look at it and I'm like grateful for that decision, because it led me to getting an additional degree to the degree that I'm going to be getting next year. And it's just amazing. I remember that I was taking, like, it was so crazy to be running. I remember telling my friends that I was running 2 programs at the same time in January, and they looked at me and just thought, are you crazy or stupid? Which one? And I'm looking back now and I'm like, yes, it seemed like stupid, crazy, but I'm happy that I went through all of that, because the results, although daunting, tasking, I knew I could do it. I just didn't know how, but I went through it, and I'm grateful for the results. Could it have gone so badly? Yes, it could have gone so wrong. Everything could have gone to shit, and I would have hated everything, but I'm grateful for everything that happened in January. It's so interesting. Life is really a journey though. Life is truly a journey. And I think it's okay to experience life. The only problem is we were never taught how to experience life. And I've mentioned this to a couple of my friends recently. Growing up as Nigerian, we never learned how to experience life. We were only taught that do all the right things and everything will work out for you. Do all the great things and you'll be great forever. Nothing is going to go wrong. But that's not life. Life is not a straight line graph. Like it's a curve. It's up and downs, and all the ups and downs give the good results. Because if you look at the rhythm of the heart, it's not straight. Because if it's straight, it's death. So in life, we should actually not be expecting to have a straight line and everything will be going straightwards. But instead, we should expect that there will be highs and there will be lows. And in all of these highs and lows, it just means that you're alive, you're doing it, you're kicking, and you're going to get to the point you're supposed to be eventually. As long as you put in the work. I think the only place where you mess up as an individual is if you don't put in the work. So yeah, I'm grateful for January. The month that started the chaos that was 2023. Is there anything I would have changed in January? Let me see. No. I don't think there's anything that I changed in January. Stopping to start the grad certificate program. No. I'm glad because I'm graduating in a couple of days from that program. Technically in 13 days, I'm graduating with a graduate certificate in healthcare management. Yeah, I've not said that out loud before. I'm excited about that. So excited. 2023. When I think about it, all I can say is I'm grateful for where it has gotten me to. I'm grateful for where I'm going to with the year 2023 in general. And I'm hoping that, the rest of the year has a lot of good things aligned in place. But I'm excited though. 2023 has been good. No, wait, hold on. Aside from all that 2023 has done to me, I'm excited about it. It's been great. But yeah, just like I said, I will go through it month after month to do a recap of how the year 2023 has gone. But yeah. Also, I would say that January was the start of something amazing in my life. I would say that it's when it comes to like my emotions and how I dealt with it. January was the start of that good stuff. It was good. That kind of thing when you understand yourself better and do things better. Some people will say that, I grew spiritually. I think I maintained my spiritual life. Basically, that's what I would say. On spiritual levels, I maintained my spiritual life. Did not go down at all. I don't think I went down. But also, there's always room for improvement, no? There's always room for improvement. One thing about January, though, I solidified what I wanted to do with my walk with God, in the sense that, there's always down, there are times in your life when you don't feel like, being a Christian. Let's be sincere. It's hard sometimes. You just feel like, what, God, me and you today, we're not on the same boat, but we'll be gelling from time to time. But yeah, 2023, I want to believe, was the year where I told myself that come rain, come sun, I would fellowship with the brethren. I would be there, in church and serve God and give Him my all. Even when I don't feel like I'm worthy to be in His presence, I would be there, because in His presence there is fullness of joy. If I'm at home, I'm going to be sad because I'm going to feel like, oh my God, I didn't go to church today. So why not just be in church even if you feel filthy? Yeah, I think it was January that I took that stand. I've always told myself that just do it afraid. Like, sad, down, whatever it is, do it afraid. So I think I kind of maintained that. But yeah, oh my God, it's been a year and it'll be fun recounting this. Until next time, guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you guys, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it so much, don't forget to share. Let your friends know. Let your sister, brothers, uncle, mothers, fathers know about it. It can help anybody. This can help anybody at all. So go ahead and share it. If you also have a question, comments, things you like me to do more, or anything you like me to hear, go ahead and leave me an email. Check the description and you will find my email there, and I would love to hear back from you guys. Thank you so much once again, and until next time, keep living, keep loving, and ensure that you're living your truth. And until the next podcast, have a wonderful day. Bye guys.